Alex Jones on trial because he decided to defame people, all right? Well, this was his latest effort to, I guess, defend himself. So on Tuesday, InfoWars founder Alex Jones testified in his Sandy Hook defamation trial, in which the families of the victims are suing Jones over the lies he told about the shooting, all right? He said it was fake and it was a not real incident and went on and on, all right? So the judge, Ms. Gamble, told the court staff that she was sending the jurors home after prosecutors took issue with Jones lying on the stand, okay? He couldn't help himself, all right? Separately, a federal judge on Tuesday denied President Donald Trump immunity. I'm gonna get into that as well. Let me put up a picture of the judge here for Alex Jones' case, all right? This is Judge Maya Guerra Gamble, who lambasted Jones for failing to tell the truth. Now, that's against the law. That's called perjury. It's illegal. Here's the footage.
Mr. Jones, you may not say to this jury that you complied with discovery. That is not true. You may not say it again. You may not tell this jury that you are bankrupt. That is also not true. You may have filed for bankruptcy. I don't know that, but I've heard that. That doesn't make a person or a company bankrupt. You're already under oath to tell the truth. You've already violated that oath twice today in just those two examples. It seems absurd to instruct you again that you must tell the truth while you testify. Yet here I am. You must tell the truth while you testify. This is not your show. You need to slow down and not take what you see as opportunities to further the message you're wanting to further. And instead, only answer the specific and exact question you have been asked.
Okay, I got more video. I actually watched some of this trial yesterday because I had a couple of minutes free time. And Alex Jones is a big ass baby, all right? He continued to look at the jury, playing up his bankruptcy, coughing at certain times. At one point, it looked like he was about to faint. And he's also, no, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'll make it. I mean, it was his show. He was doing his program in front of the jury. Now, the judge, even though she did say, you gotta stop lying, Alex, she could have held him in contempt and put his ass in jail. That could have happened, but it did not. So this is Alex Jones being caught committing perjury. Here it is.
So you did get my text messages, and it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones. Oh. Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone.
You said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones, correct?
And I had several different phones with this number, but I did, yeah. Well, of course, I mean, that's why you got it.
No, Mr. Jones, that's not why I have it.
My lawyer sent it to you, but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones, in discovery, you were asked, do you have Sandy Hook text messages on your phone? And you said no, correct? You said that under oath, Mr. Jones, didn't you?
I mean, if I was mistaken, I was mistaken, but you got the messages right there.
You know what perjury is, right? I just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. I told you, I gave in my testimony the phone to the lawyers before, whatever, and so you got my phone, but we didn't give it to you.
No, Mr. Jones.
What had happened was when I had that other cell phone, you see, my provider was with T-Mobile last year. Lock his ass up. He's not gonna stop, Judge, all right? You just being matlocked his ass and he is still lying, okay? And he's going to continue to lie because his entire program is based on a lie. He has come to work and lied so much every day. He doesn't know what the hell the truth is. He doesn't understand truth. Wakes up every day and he lies. That's what he does. His name is Alex Jones, okay? Now, here's what happened. And it shows you how dysfunctional his own legal team is. Alex Jones' legal team, they make a mistake and they share information with the prosecutor that the prosecutor should not have had. Now, the rules of engagement, if I go back to my legal ethics class, the rules of engagement are this. You then have to inform the attorney, hey guy, I got some information here I wasn't supposed to have. Maybe this was privileged communication. I'm going to warn you that you gave it to me. And then the counsel has a certain amount of time to respond. Well, they didn't. They did not say, hey, don't use that as privilege, okay? They didn't do that. Once they did not do that within whatever the time frame is required, the prosecution then said, now we can use this information in the court of law. Quite interesting. It does make me question if the defense team is this negligent or do they also not like Alex Jones? All right, there's more. The judge took particular issue with Jones' claim that he complied throughout the discovery process, but called out other lies as well. Mr. Jones, you may not say to this jury that you complied with this discovery. That's another lie. This is not true. You may not say it again. The reason that Jones never got a decision from the jury in the case was that he refused to comply with the subpoena. In October, an Austin judge ordered a default judgment against Jones for defamation after he called the school shooting a hoax, leading Jones listeners to harass the victim's family. The Texas Tribune explained, in the past year, Jones has lost all the defamation lawsuits filed by 10 families of Sandy Hook victims. There's more. Discovery isn't supposed to be a guessing game. Fairfield, Connecticut District Superior Court Judge Barbara Bellis said, she explained that a default judgment is a kind of sanction of last resort that doesn't fall under a jury's decision. The court held off on scheduling the sanctions hearing in the hopes that many of these problems will be corrected and that the Jones defendants would ultimately comply with their discovery obligations. So, while testifying before the jury on Tuesday, Jones told them that he cooperated with all of the discovery, which the courts all found to be completely 100% untrue. Why is Alex Jones not locked up under a judicial order for lying, committed perjury inside of the courtroom? I don't know. They keep talking to him and treating him like a baby. He's a grown ass man. He keeps lying inside of your courtroom. There is no such thing as a real infraction if there is no enforcement. There has to be enforcement at some point here, Judge. He's going to keep lying, all right? Judge Gamble called out Jones' effort to lie on the stand. And also, let's go to US District Judge Amit Mehta. I like this guy. He's the judge that has now shut down, he's the federal judge that shut down former Donald Trump's attempt to claim immunity from a lawsuit stemming from January 6th. I bring this up because Alex at one time was a strong Trump ally, probably helped him secure the election. So now you have Alex Jones, he's in trouble with the court. You have Donald Trump, he's in trouble with the court. Keep in mind, Trump will be a defendant until the day he dies. At some level, he will always be a defendant, either criminal or civil, all right? The lawsuit brought on behalf of the US Capitol police officers seek to hold Trump liable for emotional and physical injuries they sustained when a pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol and disrupted the electoral vote count. So this judge has done something quite remarkable, because typically a president's action is under a level of immunity given the execution of their office, okay? This judge has said, what you did, Mr. Trump, at that rally when you animated violence against the United States government, that was not an execution of your office. Thus, it does not fall under the immunity clause of presidential duties. They are now free to sue you. This will take years. It will take years. That's why Trump is raising all the money he can and spending it on no other Republican in this country. All right, Jackson, thoughts?
Yeah, so it always amazes me how people like Alex Jones, first and foremost, the first time I was introduced to him, he had on like a lizard or horse mask or something. And everything since then was just as wild. And it, just, we all know Alex Jones. But despite all that, he managed to build a fortune worth tens of millions of dollars. And he could have stayed in the reptile world. He could have stayed in the aliens or teaming up with Satan to do X, Y, and Z with the spirits. But he had to go into actually messing with families and victims of Sandy Hook. He had to actually, get people harassed, actually get into the real world and cause unnecessary issues. So it's like, these people find themselves in these situations where their whole worlds are collapsing around them. And it's like, all for what? All for what? Yeah. So it's just, I mean, no one feels sorry for him, but it's just really crazy to see. Like, all you had to do was not harass real people.
That's it. That's all he had to do. And it's going to be interesting because I guarantee you he's going to keep lying. At some point, he has to be held in contempt of court for his perjury.